Everyone seems to have their own definition of what product management is, and as a result, navigating a career in product management can be incredibly ambiguous and frustrating. Job titles and descriptions vary greatly across companies. The criteria for advancement within organizations can seem vague and subjective. Even worse, there's a hidden trap right in the middle of the PM career ladder where many of the brightest PMs fail. We've seen numerous careers stall at the transition from senior product manager to product leader, sometimes referred to as a group product manager, director of product, or product lead. Let's explore why this is the most difficult career transition for PMs. There is a fundamental reason why the step to product leader is the hardest. It's an almost completely different job requiring several new abilities. What makes you successful as a senior product manager won't make you successful as a product leader, and too many product leaders, both new and existing, fail to shift their mindset and approach to becoming a product leader. Let's think about the product career journey as a hike up a mountain. You go from APM to PM to SPM by strengthening a similar set of muscles and skills. You keep solving similar problems, but the problems just get harder. But all of a sudden you reach the transition to a product leader. It's not just a steeper part of the mountain, it's actually a wide canyon. To cross that canyon is not a more intense version of the same problem. It's a totally new set of problems that require completely different muscles, skills, and tools. This means that great product leaders zoom out and think about how to optimize their team's collective performance. It requires a very different mindset and approach than when you're optimizing your individual performance. This rarely comes naturally to new product leaders, and even experienced product leaders often struggle to put themselves out of the work they've been successful at in the past and shift to the work they need to do to be effective. One common way that leaders seek to be more effective in their roles is by adopting a leadership style. Leadership styles are archetypal characteristics that different leaders exhibit when managing their teams. There are tons of different leadership styles and plenty of books, academic studies, conferences, videos, and podcasts on the benefits of these different styles. Let's look at two of the more commonly discussed and researched styles: supportive and directive leadership. Supportive leadership is a style in which the leader looks to understand the challenges and opportunities on their team, build trust, and inspire high-level performance. It is generally seen as a more contemporary approach, where you empower your employees and foster bottoms-up influence. This is generally aligned with styles displayed by CEOs like Netflix's Reed Hastings, who explains, "If you've got high-performing employees, leading with context is best. To encourage original thinking, don't tell your employees what to do and make them check boxes. Give them the context to dream big, the inspiration to think differently, and the space to make mistakes along the way. In other words, lead with context." Directive leadership is a style in which the leader takes a more prescriptive approach to their team, which includes taking a hands-on approach to their subordinates' work goals and establishing the path by which they can achieve those goals. It's generally seen as a more traditional approach, where you set strict standards and foster top-down influence. This is generally aligned with styles displayed by CEOs like C3.ai's Tom Siebel, who explains, "We create policies that maintain the highest standards. We have one brand, one image, one set of corporate colors, one set of messages across every place on the planet. An organization needs central quality control to avoid surprises." However, product leaders who look to adopt a singular leadership style tend to run into a big problem. Product work is inherently multidimensional, more so than most other functions. It doesn't always follow strict rules or patterns for which one leadership style is always effective. Therefore, product leadership is more nuanced. There are times when product leaders have to be directive, and there are times when product leaders have to be participatory. Great product leaders, therefore, don't adhere to a singular leadership style, but instead are capable of adapting their style to the right situation. For example, new product leaders often fall into the trap of managing their PMs as an extension of themselves, applying a directive style of leadership and dictating what the PMs should and should not do. This is problematic and unsustainable. Product management is a nebulous role, and PMs face new and ambiguous challenges every day. There's no way for the product leader to effectively exert control over every challenge their PMs face and still achieve successful outcomes. It also leads to learned helplessness among those PMs. They lose their ability to think critically and just wait for the next instruction. On the flip side, some product leaders may continue applying a supportive leadership style to low-performing PMs on their team. investing more and more time, even though the PMs show little sign of improvement. While every PM that is earnestly trying to succeed should get the opportunity to do so, at a certain point, it's no longer tenable to invest more time in a PM that has continually struggled to perform. When it comes to multifaceted work like product work, you can look at the relationship styles like different types of investments, where there is a natural correlation between risk and reward. Supportive leadership helps empower your team and requires letting go of control. This helps get higher returns from your team, but also comes at a higher risk, since a lot of decisions get made without your direct influence. This makes supportive leadership like a volatile growth stock. Growth stocks carry inherently higher risks, but the potential for much higher returns. Directive leadership ensures the product leader has a view into